230 pounds of pure masculine energy right here. It is 3:30 in the morning. It might be kidding because I've got the lights set up as well. It's actually pitch black outside. I'm here in Dallas, Texas, actually in Las Colinas, which I don't think is Dallas. I'm still confused. The place is so fucking ginormous. If you want to go to the corner shop, it's like, yeah, just head over there, over the fucking motorway, over the highway. You drive everywhere here. It's absolutely crazy. So heading to body recomp today, absolute body recomp, sorry. The gyms here are fantastic. I've trained at the Fort Worth one. This one's the Las Colinas, it's down the road. Legs on the cards today, absolutely gonna smash it. But I wanna show you what supplements I take in the morning. Now, because it's 3:30 a.m. and I've got a flight to catch at 8, that's why I'm training this early. I don't normally train this early. I'm not a great fan of training weight this early. I'm normally up at 3:34 a.m. most days. However, I get up, do a little bit of exercise, but that's a little bit light walking. I get some work done, I have a coffee, maybe some cardio, but I don't generally do resistant training until around about, I'm kind of like a mid-morning or a early afternoon when I've had a couple of meals and I'm feeling good. But because I'm defasted, this is my go-to activation extend branch-chain amino acids. It's one of my favorites. I've had this for so long. Didn't have it for a time because I wasn't fasting, but whenever I train fasted or I do cardio fasted, I always have branch-chain amino acids or essential amino acids. Creatine is my daily go-to. Creatine monohydrate, basic straight creatine monohydrate. I take 10 to 12 grams a day. And the reason why I say 10 to 12 grams is because I'm not very accurate with my scooping. Doesn't really fucking matter. Also, this is a new one I actually got from the Total Body Recomp gym in Fort Worth. Pump Daddy. Have you ever heard a better named? This is a non-stim Pump Daddy. I didn't want to stim. I actually, when I get there, I'll probably have a C4 or a double espresso because I do need something to kick me up the arse. And that is it. That is it today. That is my supplement stack. I also take a multi-nutrient every day. I also take vitamin B12. This is actually vitamin D3 with K2. But again, I take that when I've eaten. Currently, this is my stack. Branching amino acids, I actually take this just before I train. Creatine I will take now with this as well because this is essentially a pre-workout Pump Daddy. It's actually kind of like, it's like NOS. It's like it's a Pump Daddy. It gives you a pump. But again, is that beneficial to training? To a certain degree, yes. You can look at it in terms of maybe bettering nutrient transportation and maybe toxin release and stuff like that from a greater pump. But in reality, it just feels fucking amazing when your muscles are swollen. This is quite a good one. Creatine monohydrate is just the most researched supplement out there. Everyone always says it. It's been a lot of said in terms of cognitive benefits as well recently as well, especially with women's going through perimenopause, women over 35, who we specialize in with TB community. So we have all of our clients use creatine monohydrate and everyone uses monohydrate. No ethyl ester, nothing like that. Ethyl ester tastes like fucking battery acid and it says it's better osmolality and it's better absorption, but this is all marketing. Creatine monohydrate is the ultimate. It's well absorbed. Creatine, if you don't know what creatine does, a lot of people think creatine is a supplement that grows muscle. It's not. It works in a domino kind of cog effect to help you optimize the chances to grow lean muscle. So creatine actually works with your anaerobic system. It's your creatine kinase system. So essentially this creatine, I don't want to go into too much detail, but basically creatine gives you energy to be able to, and this is very layman terms by the way, to be able to lift heavier and recover faster intraset and between through your workouts. So if you are able to recover faster between sets and if you're able to lift heavier because you have a better anaerobic system to recover, to therefore release get rid of your lactate and be able to actually train harder, you will essentially put the muscles under more tension, greater sarcomere tears, and therefore greater growth. So it's not direct. If we look at this in terms of anabolic steroids that basically increase protein synthesis and do a lot of other stuff as well, that is almost a direct effect to muscle increase. It increases protein synthesis and decreases muscle breakdown. Whereas something like creatine monohydrate, it works within the cogs of the system to be able to lift heavier, recover quicker, and essentially be stronger to put the muscles under more tension to essentially grow. Anyway, that is it. I'm going to get ready, going to have a quick shower, head to Absolute Total Body Recomp or just Absolute Body Recomp here in Las Colinas, Dallas. And then I've got to get back because I'm on a flight to Chicago at 8:30 a.m. Anyway, catch you on the next one. See you soon. Okay, we have arrived, or I have arrived, I don't know where Jenny is, at Absolute Body Recomp here in Irvine, I think Las Colinas. I can't get this done. This gym, I haven't trained at this gym. I trained at the Fort Worth one, which is fucking epic. So let's see what this looks like. So I have arrived, just waiting for Jenny to turn up. Got my water, got my C4. I've never had one of these early in the morning. Didn't know whether I actually should, but I'm fucking gonna go for anyway. Creatine, got my pre-workout, extend, branch chain amino acids. So I probably got still a little bit of steak, amino acids circulating through last night's steak, but all good. And the pump. Fucking love a good pump. Set up through here. Everyone's looking at me like I'm fucking nuts. Filming myself, but hell, that's the life, right? I'm gonna get it done. I also got a shaker, which is needed. I left my other one. You know what? I'd not even bothered. If I was doing this in London or my home gym in London, I'd be like, fucking, don't want to do this. Like, but no one knows me here. Who gives a shit? Absolute body recomp. Top. And it fucking matches my shorts. Unbelievable. So I'm quids in here. Today on the cards is a beastie leg session. When I say beastie, I mean beastie. Why? Because this gym, it's hard not to train fucking hard in this gym because people are still here. I mean, I wouldn't say it's busy, but there are people still here. And the equipment is just immense. But you could literally spend 2 or 3 hours in here and just have a fucking session. Equipment's good. The vibe is pretty good. When I was down at the Fort Worth one, the people were good, we were chilled, they were there to train. You know, the problem with commercial gyms and when people get that kind of like, that little bit of an issue, not so much an issue. This is the difference between gyms where people actually want to go and kind of commercial gyms where people feel they need to go and they don't really want to be there. That's what it is. Commercial gyms are full of people that don't really want to be there. Whereas these kind of gyms and the gyms like the more kind of spit and sawdust bodybuilding gyms, the reason why the attitude is so good and people are so nice because people actually want to be there. They want to be there, they want to train, they want to help people out. So yeah, that's probably the major thing. Anyway, gonna cut off now because I'm gonna get my steps together. So slight change of plan. Looks like I've been stood up. So no videographer today. Yeah, can't say I'm best pleased about that, but hey, we live, we learn, and we just keep on going. I can still train. I'm still looking forward to a good session here at Absolute Body Recomp here in Las Colinas. So I am just getting some cardio done now. Cardio is walking, I'm just warming up. And then we are going to hit this gym. But just take a look around. Off the chain. Looking forward to this one. Okay, leading into the last set on this beautiful bit of Panetta seated leg curl. Now, if you notice on this one, the reason why it's so freaking beautiful, because the best way when you're doing a seated leg curl is to lean forward into it. See a lot of them lying too far back, doesn't put your hamstrings, you want to put your hamstrings essentially in a stretch position. So if you're leaning forward, because your bicep femoris, your big hamstring, your long hamstring goes through over 2 joints, goes all the way up through there. If you lean forward, you're already in a stretch position through here, more of a stretch position. That stretch, reflex, and whole range of movement, ROM, is going to be greater. Whoops. Okay, no one saw that. No one saw that. Whoopsie. Okay, plug that in. Lean forward into it. I actually kind of sit forward into through there. So my lower back's against, but I'm leaning right forward through here. And that is some serious fucking hamstring domination through there. You can't see it because they're stuck down, but they are fucking blown. 8 last set, so I'm going to take it to failure. Oh, I've written that. And again, I got a couple of more mini range. One more. I got a little bit more range in that one. Okay, it's fucked. That'll do nicely. Okay, next, let's go. After seated hamstring curl, I'm going to jump into one of my favorite, if not my favorite exercises of all, pendulum squat. In London, we literally probably have 3 or 4 gyms with pendulum squats. This gym, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pendulum squats, and I'm going to show you. So they've got 2 Panettas. I'm going to use the Panetta. They've got this Torture. I haven't even tried this. It's kind of I guess it's a pendulum. They've got this machine, which I tried, didn't really like it. It's not really a pendulum, more of like a very heavy quad-loaded hack squat. They've got the Atlantis, the classic. This is quite popular. And then this one, Arsenal Strength. I mean, it looks like a fucking heavy bit of kit, but not for me. The Panetta just rides way too good. This would be my 3rd working. Probably do 4 working sets. 245s, 135 on each side. That's 250. Fucking hell, showing my terrible maths. I actually thought I was good at maths. That was actually one of the subjects at school I was supposedly good at. Anyway, let's get this done. Oh, that feels heavy off the lift. 1. That is fucked. I think we'll call that a 10. Probably could have got it out. That was definitely 9.85 right there.
Hamstring isolation done. Seated hamstring curls. Quad focus compound done. Pendulum squat, planeta. Now I'm off to find Mr. Ginormous Gym multi-version, a glute focused compound. But we shall find one somewhere around here. Okay, ease of use. Might as well just stick with the planeta. We're back on the hip drive, planeta hip thrust. This one's, I've never done this one before. But the reason why I like it right now is going to fucking knackered after the pendulum squat. It's going to be the easy setup. It's pin loaded rather than plate loaded, so there won't be any work through there. So yeah, but let's get a little bit lazy. Planeta hip thrust. It's good, but I don't think it's quite designed for taller people. It's good, and it's pretty easy setup, but make sure I put my shorts down so my nuts don't hang out. Clicking it in, can't quite get it low enough. That's the thing. And the setup is okay, but I just feel like I need a little bit more range down. So I don't want to hyperextend at the end. I just feel like I need a little bit more range on the way down. Still good though, still getting good contraction. Really have to focus on that glute, focus on that hip tilt from the bottom, pelvic tilt, and drive through it. The hips don't need me to come above. See, they're not even looking like they're hyperextended at all, but I'm getting maximal glutes through there. Pelvic tilt at the bottom, and scoop. That's it, pelvic tilt at the bottom. Fuck. Hits it so much better. But there's such a difference between a hip thrust and a scoop. Like a standard hip thrust in terms of just a hip hinge, just literally bringing it up and down, you're getting that pelvic tilt makes such fucking difference to activation and overall growth. It really does. This one, I'm sticking all planeta today. Oh, that's good. So much better than the seated abduction machine. The standing. If you ever find a standing, use a standing. Just so much the position you can get yourself in. Obviously, there's quite a difference when you're on the seated machine. If you've got one that lays back, it's a little bit better. It's a much better position to be. You've got forceful foot plates that you can put your foot, put pressure against them. But on the standing, you have the full movement to be able to move up, down, forward and back. Because everyone's a little bit different. Down to their Q angle, down to the length of their femurs, the whole kind of like functional aspect of their hip, it really does make a difference. So with a standing one, you can literally get yourself into position a lot easier to maximize glute max and glute minimus and glute medius. Okay, so this machine, I believe I'm doing it not how it's supposed to. I think this is actually a row, but I saw someone doing it when I was doing cardio when I first came here. It can be like a massive stretch, stiff leg deadlift kind of thing. So I think you're in position through here, you're supposed to row, but looking at through here, you've got a massive stretch. Reflex through here all the way down. Fucking big stretch on the hamstrings. Your back's a little bit further supported, so you can really just focus. You can't bring it full range, but you can work that initial range seriously well. Can't see my hamstrings here, but they are popping. You don't have to do heavy. You can really focus on that snap, which should be through the hamstrings. Hamstrings are a very concentric snap muscle, so you want to be doing controlled eccentrics and quick concentrics with the hamstrings. They're very fast twitch. That'll do nicely. I don't think I want to take the load up any more than that. That feels pretty comfortable. I think anything more than load, it would be too much on that initial pull. So I'm going to stick with that. Second to last. Standing calves. Best thing here, according to Jeff Nippard, biggest stretch, heaviest weight, and only coming up to half range here. Gone are the Poliquin days. Said you have to come all the way up into the toes. Full stretch, half range. Full stretch, pause at stretch, half range. And coming from someone who had fucking tiny calves, they're not massive now by no stretch of the imagination, but they're a hell of a lot better than they used to be. We stretch, half range. Okay, now just the stretch portion. And pulse out and stretch. Oh, that's pop. That'll do nicely. Last exercise of the day, we are back on planeta, standing hamstring curl. Again, the way you can change all the angles on this and the positions just makes it so fucking locked in. Isolated, and it's exactly what these machines should feel like. Completely isolated. There's two hamstrings, semi-membranosus, semi-tendinosus that are kicking through, and bicep femoris obviously. You want to be feeling it just there. You don't want to be feeling it anywhere else. And this, I can feel those sarcomeres tearing. Ooh. Another session, absolute body recomposition. This time in Las Colinas, last time was in Fort Worth. That is done. and I'll upload this later on. But again, hour and a half done, absolute killer. Fucking hell, what a gym.